And so that's the problem with knockoffs and fakes. You have some parts that are good, some parts that are bad, some parts that need a whole lot of help. But overall, I'm happy. Because without the fakes or the knockoffs, I wouldn't have what I want, you know? Because honestly, the jerseys on Fanatics and Mitchell and Ness, they might have it, right? But then they don't have the size. And so what, are you gonna wait forever for it to restock? Or they just don't have it at all. And so what do you do when they don't have it at all? Get a fake jersey. Today's show and tell will be a collaboration with Mitchell and Ness and BR, Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report is usually known for collaborations for nostalgic and artist-driven apparel. So I'll showcase the outside of the jersey, the back of the jersey, the inside of the jersey. And that's my show and tell. Keep it simple. No extra stuff. Let's get started. This is the jersey from top to bottom. And what I like to do on my channel is get close. So let's get close. As the title says, this is a knockoff. Mitchell and Ness. I'm in the Philippines, and this is a Southeast Asia size 2XL. Normally, I wear extra large for Mitchell and Ness swingmans and authentics. Southeast Asia size for fakes and knockoff, usually it's a 2XL. This is the ribbing along the armpit and the shoulder. And this is the neckline or the collar. And then next, going from the armpit down to the edge, the bottom, and we have no splits. No splits. It is solid down there. Along the bottom edge and back up, just because. Now, let's get into the tags or the logo. NBA logo is a little suspect. It is off, as expected from a fake or knockoff. And next is the Slim Shady name tag. Nice patch, and it's just tilted. That's just the way it is. Going down next to the jock tag, and we have the Pistons logo. Slim Shady, X usually means and, instead of the ampersand sign, which I call like the Infinity 8. The vertical Infinity 8, instead of that they have an X. So Slim Shady and BR, which stands for Bleacher Report, and the jock tag is an attempt to be an HWC swingman, hardwood classic swingman, but it's severely lacking. And speaking of lacking with the jock tag and the logo, let's see what it is supposed to look like with a real swingman. So up close, that's the fake, and then this was what a logo would look like on a real one. Interesting, huh? Can you see the difference? Going down to, let me hang this up. Okay, so the best setup I can do outside, this is the knockoff or fake Mitchell and Ness jock tag, and this is the real one. You see there's a color difference, and you see so that's pretty cool to see. um, the difference between a real and a fake. And honestly, I would feel better for the fake and knockoffs if they're gonna make it like look that bad, that they just leave it off. Just keep the Pistons logo, Slim Shady, and BR. Okay, now that we're finished with the roasting, the roasting section of the jersey, let's get into what's good about it. Now on this real jersey, like the real one, this area right here would be, I believe, heat pressed. But on this knockoff, something that I like about it is that it's stitched. Basically, it's a patch that's stitched on. I believe so, a patch, or would you say embroidered? I'll just say it's a patch that's stitched on. And I really enjoyed stitched jerseys, so let's get close. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, because it's nice to see a jersey, right? From a jersey collection from far, but I think it's really rad to like really get close and see what's going on. You get all types of textures when you get close, right? That's the sound that it makes when it scratches. You don't get that on heat pressed. This is where it's kind of downgrades a little bit because it's a nice look material visually, right? But when touching it and depending on the light, you can tell that it's budget friendly. But to upgrade from that is stitched, so it's satisfactory to me. Okay, let's take a look at the back now. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool collaboration and artist-inspired apparel. 313 is the area code. The E in Detroit is switched backwards. 43. What else is here? The mask on the horse. I don't know the story behind that, but it is cool. Alright, back of the jersey now. The jersey from top to bottom. And it's getting close. From the shoulder down to the armpits, the neckline. There's that break here. I don't know what it's for, but a break in the neck. Other side. And straight down to the bottom, that's a seam. Nothing extra between the collar and the shoulder area, just a regular jersey. And here's the name and the numbers. I really like the way this is stitched on. Very nice material. Or a nice looking material. It's like visually on point. And stitched. So I can wash this. Don't have to worry about it falling off. Same for the letters. Here we go again. The budget-friendly material. That looks nice, but depending on the light and looks a little cheap. It's cheap. That's the word. But let's say also budget-friendly. Say it both ways. And what looks really nice is this stitching right here. I actually prefer this type of stitching over the stitches on the real authentic jerseys, or some of them which just have like the triangle. Like, do I have another to show and tell? Usually some swingmans have that. Can I get in close? It's like a fake stitching. that looks like a triangle. But since this is white, no, it's coming through. Yeah, it just looks like a wave of triangles. And I honestly, personal opinion, I don't like that at all. Let's see if I can get the back. So on the letters of the name for the back, they even do, and for the numbers, yeah, it's easy to see on the numbers. See that? So this is heat pressed, right? And it looks really nice, like the best materials. The only thing that's thrown it off for me is this fake stitching that looks like a triangle. Just a bunch of squiggly lines. And that's what happens with the letters too. It's very off-putting to me. Personal opinion though. And that's why I like this. It looks like it's like thorough, well made. And so that's the problem with knockoffs and fakes. You have some parts that are good, some parts that are bad, some parts that need a whole lot of help. But overall, I'm happy. Because without the fakes or the knockoffs, I wouldn't have what I want, you know? Because honestly, the jerseys on Fanatics and Mitchell and Ness, they might have it, right? But then they don't have the size. And so what, are you gonna wait forever for it to restock? Or they just don't have it at all. And so what do you do when they don't have it at all? Get a fake jersey. What I like to do on the channel is also get the inside of the jersey. So let's get that done. Inside of the jersey from top to bottom, getting in close. That's what the Slim Shady, hi, my name is Slim Shady looks like. And from the collar, the shoulder, down to the armpits. And the logo, that's what that looks like. The collar. The other side, just because. All the way down, and we have a tag. Cool. Team logo. Area code. Get in close. And looking closer, you might see some threads hanging off here. In this area was backing, and the type of backing that you have to scrape off or finger off. So in these black areas was a whole bunch of backing that I just had to scrape off. Not like this. This doesn't come off. Now for the other side, from top to bottom, then getting in close. And for the numbers, you have this yellow, thorough, deep yellow stitching, and the white. that's it and that's all. A Mitchell and Ness and Bleacher Report collaboration to make a Slim Shady basketball jersey, which I think is pretty nice. And there's so many others out there for other artists, but I'm just interested in this one. And what I like to do on the channel is show the jersey on me, and also show what I'm wearing also. Show how I would wear it. So this is the jersey that I'm wearing, a Knockoff. And I like to pair my jerseys. Let's put this on the windowsill with corduroy shorts. You can't see it all the way, so I'll just lift my leg up. These are short shorts because, as I like to say, wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. Okay, well, let's get this on. We'll just do it, no need to cut it off. Just put it on top. I'm in the Philippines, I'm sweaty. Just put it on top. And I'll wear this tomorrow. So, this is how it looks on me. Matched with some tan colored corduroy shorts. Side, the back. Do it a little bit closer with the camera, just so you can see. I haven't mastered it yet, but with each video we live and learn and get a little bit better. So, thanks for watching. Bye for now.